What's cracking, YouTube? It's still that cat, the biz, FishyBizzAquatics. Professional aquatics with the amateur touch. So amateurs, yep, get that professional look. So you got a 10-gallon tank.
Hey Biz, I got a 10-gallon tank, but I want to keep cichlids.
In this video, I'm gonna show you my top 5 small dwarf cichlids, perfect for your 10-gallon tank. Show you the differences, a couple of cool names that they have, and things that they'll do. Stop talking about it. Let's go. Before we start with the first small dwarf cichlid for a 10-20 gallon tank, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for notification on the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It won't come off your Cash App card, won't come off your PayPal card. It doesn't come out your bank account. It's free. Number one is going to be the Lamprologus Multifasciitis. These are some very small shell-dwelling cichlids that are native to the Lake Tanganyika waters in Africa. This fish is probably, quite possibly, the smallest of all cichlids, with the males growing in at 2 inches and the females at 1.5 inches. Very popular in the aquarium hobby, but it's most likely due to their slow growth rate and the small spawn size. And yeah, they're small in stature, but they still are a cichlid nonetheless. By that I mean, if they are breeding and they pair up, just don't mess with their babies.
You think just because I'm small, you can just push me around? Well, come on, my friend, let's boogie.
Mature fish will often claim and defend their small territory. They also like to create and redecorate around their home shells, so sand substrate is a must, if at all possible. They do like to dig, and feeding for them is simple, high quality, dry, frozen, live, meaty foods. If available, will be perfectly fine for their diet. The Shellies. Here's number 2, the Apistogrammas. Okay, upon researching the Apistogrammas, there is a very large genus of freshwater fish. They are South American. They're also a dwarf cichlid, and they feed mostly on tiny animals and have varied breeding behaviors. But look at these beautiful colors. And the one that caught my eye the most was the Apistogramma cockatooides. And I'm guessing the cockatoo part is the one we're looking at, because just like the parrot, look at that beautiful head. Mohawk on this fish. It's an outstandingly beautiful, definitely a eye-catching fish, brilliant colors, and so that is my choice of Apistogramma. Since they get a little bit bigger at 2.5 inches, probably a 20 long might be better. They probably prefer densely planted groupings. They require open swimming areas, and they need hiding places. Along with hiding places, they also like a fine gravel to sand substrate. They will consume a variety of foods, including bloodworms, tubifix, flake food, both frozen and live brine shrimp. The Apistos is an awesome choice for a small aquarium. Number 3. The Nanakara anomala, or also called the Goldeneye dwarf cichlid. The Goldeneye dwarf cichlid, super attractive, hardy, and usually cheap to purchase. Pretty hardy fish, and if there's more than one male in a big enough tank, the dominant male will take precedent as usual when it comes to cichlids. When it comes to size, the males are max about 3 inches and the females 1.5. So you can definitely tell the males are going to be bigger than the females in this case. The Goldeneyes are said to be most peaceful cichlid species of the dwarf cichlids, and would need a fair amount of open space, but also a sandy substrate and plenty of refuge, such as like clay pots, driftwood, rock formations, nice little hiding spots. This fish is pretty hardy and plenty of personality, makes a great beginner fish, and it's carnivorous and takes a variety of high quality dry and frozen and live meaty foods. And it's tank bred, but it is South American also. This would be a perfect choice for a small cichlid for a small gallon aquarium. The Goldeneye dwarf cichlid. Next up, Crobinsis. This is a rainbow Crobinsis. Also as a higher classification named the Pelvica chromi or chromis. The Crobinsis, which stands for beautiful belly. In the spawning season, the female sports a bright cherry red colored belly.
Pink belly. Alright, break it up, boys. That belly ain't gonna get any pink.
Even though captive bred, they are originating from southern Nigeria, and they get about 3 to 4 inches. So if you have a harem of these, you're probably going to need maybe 29 gallons and up for these guys. This fish is an omnivore and will accept flakes and pellet food, brine shrimp, mosquito larvae, bloodworms, and vegetables like zucchini. They definitely need a cave to hide in, preferably with minimal light coming in, and one way in, one way out with some fine gravel sand substrate. And even though maybe need a larger tank than your 10 or 20 gallon, it still is an awesome small cichlid for a small aquarium. The rainbow Crobinsis, or the Kribs. And at number 5, last but not least, is the German ram. No, not this ram. Not those ram. Yes, there we are. This ram. Beautiful fish, small cichlid, comes in gold, blue, black. Did I say gold? Rams, yes. Lovely facial coloring on these fish. They originate from the fresh waters of the savanna, Venezuela, and Colombia in South America. A pretty peaceful fish, getting to about 2-3 inches. It is an omnivore. 10-gallon tank for this little guy, and up, of course. And a peaceful fish. A mix of gravel and sand, possibly for the substrate, along with long rocks and plants for decorations. It is said that these guys, even though hardy, they must have excellent conditions and water parameters for them to survive their full shelf life. It is also said that they should have 10 gallons per ram. So if you have a breeding pair, that would be 2 rams. So I guess 20 gallons if you're going by that stat. Other than that, a beautiful fish to add into your tank. A small cichlid for small aquariums. Plenty of more information out there on all of these fish. Definitely check them out. So there you have German ram. My 5 small cichlids for small aquariums. And full disclaimer, I'm about to get one of these 5, maybe 2 of these 5. I have a 40-gallon tank all set up for my small African cichlids. And why don't you decide? Out of the 5 that I showcase, which one should I get? Or with a 40-gallon, could I possibly get 2 different species in one tank? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And as always, it's FishyBizzAquatics. Professional aquatics with the amateur touch sandwiches. Yep, get that professional look. Get at me.